What's up, guys? Long time no see. I have been a little bit slacking with vlogs. I've been working a decent amount. I've had some days at home. Today is another day at home. But the last few jobs that I've been working have just not been super conducive to vlogging. And I apologize for that. I apologize that a lot of my projects I've just been having to fully focus in on. I mean, that's not necessarily a bad thing, but when I'm trying to build a YouTube channel and share that journey, I don't get a lot of opportunity to shoot a lot of BTS, and then I don't have anything to show you guys. So I do have a BTS video for you today. Unfortunately, it's going to be similar to the last couple ones that I've done where I'm just going to go through some pictures. This shoot, I think I took 3 BTS pictures the whole time. Luckily, we had a photographer on site. This was a bigger project, so we do have some BTS pictures that I am going to be able to show you guys that I didn't take. But yeah, I just wanted to apologize again for the fact that I haven't had a ton of normal BTS style stuff to share with you guys. But I'm excited to share this project. This was a commercial that I got to shoot for a car dealership. So this is not only the biggest ticket client that I've had so far in my career, but I also got to bring on a whole crew for it, which was also super exciting for me. I got to bring in a couple of my buddies, get them all a job for the day. It was a super fun day, big project, and a lot of work, but I think we did a really great job, and I was super happy with the team that I had and the work that we did. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into these BTS photos and just kind of start talking through the day. And I'll show you guys stills as well from the video so I can show you how that went as well. So like I said, this was the first commercial project that I had been on and kind of in charge of, at least. I've been on some bigger sets before, but usually it's just as a PA or a grip. And this one was the first one that I was DPing. So first of all, I was just super excited for the opportunity to get to lead a team on this project. I got to bring a few buddies on to help out as well. You can see me and my buddy Tony working to set up this light here. I also got to bring on a BTS photographer. The producer from the agency that hired me asked a little bit later into the process if I knew any photographers. And luckily, the person that I was planning to bring on as the PA, because I got this job, well, I'll share that first. I got this job through Production Hub. There was a listing for a crew call for a commercial shoot a few hours away from where I live for a car dealership. So this was a Chevrolet dealership. They were looking for a DP with gear. They were looking for an audio person, and they were looking for a grip, and they were looking for a PA. And then obviously the producer eventually asked me for a photographer as well. I suggested that the PA could be a hybrid PA and photographer, which ended up working out great, saved us an extra crew position. And I got to bring my buddy on to do the photography. It's my friend who I worked with a few vlogs ago, Cam, who is, again, starting a photography business. He's based in Indiana, but obviously that's just a hop, skip, and a jump away from where I work in Ohio. And so he got to come into town, hang out for the weekend, and work a few jobs with me. This one in particular, he was the, again, photographer for, so they wanted actual commercial client pictures, but they also, I suggested at least getting some BTS photos, selfishly for me to have, and also for the client and the dealership as well. Their marketing director asked if it would be okay if she took BTS photos of all of us. And I said, well, we already were planning to have our professional photographer take BTS photos, so why don't I share those with you as well? And she was happy about that. So anyways, jumping into the BTS, we got started setting up our first shot. Call time was 7:30. And again, this was a few hours away, so I was awake probably around 4:15, 4:30 to drive a little bit over 2 hours to this shoot to get here at 7:30. So this was a very long day. So our first setup, we got started right away. Again, call time was 7:30. Our plan was on the schedule to start shooting around 8:30. So we got started quickly setting up. You can see me and our audio recordist, Kelvin. I will link all of my crew down below, at least definitely Kelvin and Cam, the audio guy and the BTS photographer, so that you can check out them. And both of them did an amazing job. Cam's a great photographer. Kelvin is an amazing sound recordist with a great kit. So he was super helpful and handy to have on set.
Just kind of scrolling through some BTS photos here of us setting up that first shot. And then I will show you guys here. This picture is one of the 2 or 3 BTS pictures I took the entire day. Kind of a setup of the first shot. A nice wide shot showing the dealership, showing the 2 people, the car salesman on the left and the client on the right that he's selling to. And you can see a still here of what the actual final shot looked like. And then I'll show you guys these 2. This is the coverage of the salesman, and then we'll cut to the coverage of the client. So I thought this shot turned out really, really great. We got the nice bright commercial look. This building had a lot of natural light flooding in. You can see back in this picture here. A lot of windows. It was a cloudy day, so at least at the start, we had some times where, and because it's winter, the sun was super low, so we had some pretty harsh direct sunlight when the clouds cleared out. So that was something we had to kind of work around. Unfortunately, it kind of screwed us up on a few shots. We wanted to get like a super wide, potentially after we were finishing shooting the coverage of this scene, but ended up having to scrap it because we weren't able to diffuse like a 30-foot window. So, but for the most part, the lighting worked out great. Again, the overcast for most of the day was really, really helpful to have. And we were inside most of the day as well. So we didn't have to stand out in the cold, which was also very nice. Moving on to our second setup here. We got some nice shots outside. This was the one scene we did outside. You can see me here. So this picture I used generative fill on, and if you see the straps around my shoulders, I was initially told that we were going to go handheld, so I put on the Easy Rig, and then I was told actually that it would play better on sticks, so I didn't have time to take off the Easy Rig, so I was just wearing it while shooting on sticks, which looked a little goofy, but I liked the picture, so I used generative fill to remove the Easy Rig. You can see our friend Tony here as the grip, and he was also slating for the whole day. Yeah, we got some nice shots outside. I'll show some final results here. This was starting to get more into the harsh sunlight, so not ideal for outside shooting conditions, but we made it do. And, pretty much for all this, we used just entirely natural light and worked around the sunlight. Our female talent had to squat down. You can see a little bit of sunlight hitting the top of her head there. So we had to have her squat down for the whole scene. And that way we kept her out of the direct sunlight. But I think it turned out pretty good. We shot a total of 10 commercials in a 11-hour day, which is crazy. How it worked was we technically set up 5 times for 5 different scenes, but each location/scene had a 30-second version and a 15-second version. So we worked around that flexibility and that scheduling of things, so that we were able to just shoot the long version and then shoot the short version and kind of move in throughout our coverages. But yeah, again, 10 commercials in one day is kind of crazy. But we made it happen. We made it work, and I'm super happy with our team and the efficiency that we had. So yeah, we eventually moved back into the building and had a second scene with a second set of actors. Not as much BTS here, but more just kind of some of the commercial photos and stills from the video. But yeah, I thought this turned out great as well. I actually really liked the coverage here we had on this time our sales person was the female and the client was the male. So I really liked this shot here on the saleswoman. I thought it turned out really good. Just a nice bit of contrast while still keeping that bright commercial look. Yeah, and we got some nice shots in between. I would have loved to take a little bit more time. We had a lot of sequences where we did just kind of some B-roll stuff of them exploring the car, showing it off to the client. And I would have loved to have a little bit more time to set these shots up. Just with how pressed for time we were, it was a lot of run and gun scenarios, which I don't mind. But with commercial work, I want to be able to pick the shot, storyboard it out, set it up, make the shot happen, rehearse it, all those kinds of things. So not ideal for us to just kind of be running and gunning, especially with lighting setups and everything. But we made it happen. We eventually moved in. We had a few more locations for the day. We were in this showroom for a majority of the day. We did have one scene that eventually moved into the workshop, warehouse space, whatever you want to call it. and it went okay. When we were shooting in there, it was like golden hour, so the conditions were not ideal for the bright commercial look. I would have loved to shoot in there for any kind of like creative project, but for this car commercial, they wanted it very bright and, you know, your typical car dealership commercial. And so walking into this warehouse with it's all these big glass garage doors and golden hour light coming diagonally through the windows, it looks really cool, but it does not play very well. So we had to try and be a little bit creative with maneuvering the lighting, had to set up some flags to block off light and then recreate and kind of match a little bit. So it was definitely tricky in here. I'm not super pleased with how this stuff turned out, but we had to make do and work around the circumstances that we were given, obviously. And then we moved back into the showroom, kind of the back area by some of the desks and the management areas. I wasn't thrilled with these as well. I would have loved to be able to have the time to flag over these overhead lights or turn them off or something. But unfortunately, we started shooting this scene around 5 p.m., which was supposed to be when we were wrapping. So we just slowly over the course of the day got behind and behind and behind. And so we had to rush this scene a little bit. The actors did a great job. There was a little bit of humor built into the script every scene. And this actor in particular with the goatee did a really great job of just bringing that fun character. He had a lot of charm, which I liked. But yeah, again, kind of not thrilled with the overheads, kind of coming down and casting some weird shadows, and trying to match the color temp of a few different things. Wasn't ideal, but you know, again, we were behind and we had to make do, and I think it turned out all right. So, yeah, that was kind of the gist of the day. Again, we were running and gunning back and forth the whole day. I did a lot of stuff on sticks, and then a lot of the B-roll was on Easy Rig, so it was fun to get to work with that again. I just love the workflow of Easy Rig. I love having a nice big camera in my hands and being able to point and maneuver it without having to deal with all the weight of it. So yeah, super fun day. Again, I was super thankful for the opportunity to get to DP a commercial job, to bring a crew on set that I think did a really, really great job, all working together, getting to work with an agency, and you know, it was a really great payday as well. So whenever that hits the bank account, I will be very pleased. So yeah, again, I'm super thrilled that I got the opportunity to do this. I haven't gotten a ton of work off of Production Hub, but the jobs that I have gotten have been, really great. So I'm thankful for the opportunity to have resources like that, to find work like this, because otherwise this is a few hours away from my house, and the agency that I worked with was based in New York. So, Production Hub is a great resource. Staff me up as well. Even Facebook groups can be an awesome opportunity to find jobs that you wouldn't normally have the opportunity to get. So yeah, super thankful for this day, and the opportunity that it was. And I promise you guys, I'm going to do what I can to get back into the habit of doing true BTS vlogs, because in this scenario, I didn't have the capacity. I didn't have the hands free, honestly, to take out my phone and get some BTS videos. So next shoot, whenever that may be, hopefully that will be an opportunity for me to get some more true BTS vlogging done. But in the meantime, hope you guys enjoyed this quick little run through of the behind the scenes of the day.
Once again, I apologize that I did not get any true BTS vlogging style video content. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that look at the behind the scenes of the commercial. Again, there were some hiccups and some rough patches throughout the day, but overall, I was super happy with the team, and with all the circumstances and everything, I think we did a great job. So again, hope you guys enjoyed that BTS, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for joining me. See ya.